to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a question for you. To the ladies who watch my program and the gentlemen who have an opinion of it, let me ask you, ladies, what would you do if your man said, baby, I want you to peg me? Peg me, baby. What would you do if your man said, baby, I want you to go to the sex store, honey dumpling, and get the biggest, longest strap on you can find and put it in my booty? Now, for those of you who don't know what pegging is, it's like when a woman buys a strap on and uses it on her girlfriend. But in this situation, it's when a woman puts on a strap on and put it in the man's buttocks, all in his booty. So I want to know what y'all think about this situation. Ladies, what would you do? How would you go through this? Gentlemen, you tell me what you think about this situation as well, because this is going to be a lady named Candance Owens who was asked the same question. Let's get into it.
I say a lot
I
of the
disagree.
perversion that comes if you are not going to be acceptant with your partner. If he comes to you and is like, hey, I really like getting pegged. I want you to peg me. And you're like, ew, that's so disgusting. Like, I would never do that. You want me to eat your ass? I would never.
Now, let me say this before I go any further. If you have a gentleman and out of nowhere he says, baby, 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 I want you to peg me. I love you. Do it for me. And he never said that to you before. That's because he's on the down low and somebody else done turned him out. And now he wants you to do the same thing to him. It's like having a woman. If you have a woman and you're kind of familiar with how she is in the bedroom for years, and then all of a sudden she said, hey, sweetheart, go in the refrigerator. Go get the mayonnaise. Rub it all over my breasts and my nipples. And then take some saltine crackers, crumble it up now, put it in your hand, make a fist, put it up my butthole. Just dig it all in there. And when you put it in there, I want you to eat it out because I love you. If your woman tells you something like this, that's because she's been freaked out and turned out by another man or woman. She's cheating on you. Okay? When people, there's nothing wrong with spicing up the bedroom. I'm not saying that. But when it goes from normal to outrageous, there's something there. You don't go from kindergarten to college overnight. There's levels to that. So if your woman automatically or man automatically one day wakes up and say, I want you to peg the hell out of me, something else is going on.
Ever do that. Well, then, okay, what are you going to do? Divorce him? Or what are you going to do? Realistically, I'm asking you, I'm asking, hold on, I want to know, what are you going to do? That's your husband. He's like, hey, babe.
I think one of the things about marriage that's really beautiful is I know what my husband, before we got married, I think I know who he is.
But things change, and maybe he wants to start exploring.
He wants to start doing what?
He wants to start exploring, and he's like, oh my gosh, maybe I do want you to like eat my ass, and I kind of want you to peg me. Like I kind of want anal penetration from you because you're my wife and you're so beautiful and hot. And
I want anal penetration from you because you're my wife and you're so damn hot. No, I'm telling you, as a heterosexual man, okay, if a heterosexual man, I mean, whatever you like, whatever you like, but if a heterosexual man does that or say that out of the blue, he has been tampered with. It's no way. There's no way that you're going to all of a sudden decide, I want you, babe, because you're so hot. I love you. To spread my cheeks, one cheek pointed east and the other cheek pointed west, and you just dive into the equator of my butt. Ain't nobody going to say that to you, man. See, these women are trying to justify the fact that they are OnlyFans models. See, they are just prostitutes and sex workers. That's all it is. And they're trying to justify being whore. That's all they're doing. You know what I mean? And that's why they're on this show. And they asking her silly whore questions like that. They're trying to say you should hire a whore to do some things for you if you're not able to do it in your own relationship, in your marriage. This is why they asking Candance these stupid ass questions and these stupid examples of begging.
We're married and we have kids together, and I'm feeling a little bit kinky, and I with you, since we have this special marriage and bond, how would you feel if we could just try this out just this one time, babe, please?
I think it would probably indicate to me that my husband was involved in some perverse world, whether it was through pornography, that something else was happening on the side, because these aren't normal things that people just think of when they wake up.
So
like,
what's your
hey,
next
I'd
move?
really like a strap-on dildo.
Okay, right.
Well,
so what's your next
also,
move?
What's the ultimatum? He's
Wait,
going
hold
to
on.
divorce.
She's right. People do not wake up in the morning, have their cup of coffee, and say, you know what, I would love to have a strap-on put in me. It's just not. This woman talking about eating booty. Said, what happened if I eat your booty and then put on a strap-on and you put it in my booty? This is the weirdest conversation I have heard from Candance. It really is. It just shows you how delusional women are. And if you look at the woman behind Candance, the Asian woman, I think she's Asian, she ain't happy about being a whore. Look at her. She looks sad as hell. I don't know if you can see her or not, but it's just terrible. So who wakes up in the morning? I don't think, gentlemen, if you wake up in the morning and fantasize about having a strap-on put in your butt, leave a 1 in the comments.
Divorce me if I
Wait,
don't peg
so what's-
him.
so what's your
Yeah,
next
it's
move?
crazy. I would think that individual would probably need therapy and not the kind that you give.
Okay. And but you're gonna stay with
You
this
don't
person?
you don't immediately divorce.
Okay.
Marriage is
You're gonna
about
say-
working through issues and working through problems.
Okay,
You don't immediately
right.
divorce them. And this gets back to what she was saying about
because
if your husband, if suddenly a woman doesn't want to have sex, which would be another huge issue in a relationship, I would hope that my husband wouldn't instantly divorce me, but I would hope that they would
some
take
guys
the
are terrified of that, and some guys don't even feel like they can open up to their wives about that
Sounds
stuff.
like they need therapy.
They
Then.
need
If they
therapy.
can't open up to
Yeah.
his wife.
yeah, I
you got to
know.
work on your marriage.
But the thing is that they'll come to us talking to us about that. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
And I think
don't
that
know, I
that's
think it's-
unhealthy. And I think that, the fact that sex workers exist as this, what you believe to be a solution, when in fact that's a detriment, because you're getting in the way of the wife and the husband being able to communicate. And so I would much rather my husband go, if there was an issue and your wife's not having sex, I'd rather him go talk to a priest. I'd rather him go talk to another male. When males sit down and talk about, hey man, you should talk to her about
okay,
this.
but let's be
I'd
for
rather
real.
him.
What
No,
man nowadays
let me
is
finish
gonna
my
do that?
statement. I'd rather him. What do you mean, bros talking to each other about things? That's a normal. I'd
Especially
rather,
about
if I have
sex,
an
I
issue
feel
in
like
my,
that's pretty
it's pretty
normal.
normal. I'd rather go talk to my sisters about things that are going on
No,
in my
I said
marriage.
what
There's a
man?
lot of steps you can take before you talk to a prostitute about your marriage. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I live in such a crazy.
Well, I'm
place,
saying what
but
man is
I
willing
don't know.
to do
I'd
that?
turn on a
Because
turn on a
apparently
Taylor
we
Swift
get a lot
song,
of those on
cry
this
a little
side,
bit in
is
my
what I'm saying.
room. I don't know. There's a lot. I would turn to
Wild
Taylor Swift
proposition.
before I would go to a prostitute about
Well,
my marriage.
I
And
know, but you're not a male, so
No,
I'm just saying, like,
men can talk to
where-
other. What are you talking about? There's all of these podcasts of men talking to men and being inspirational and talking about porn addiction and talking about the things that are corrupting men's minds. That's me too.
The reason I put lead gen on a license
Excuse
plate
me about
Lamborghini.
that, gentlemen. Yeah, so basically that's kind of what that is. I just want to see what y'all thought about that situation, because that was weird. That's very weird that you're going to ask somebody, you're going to try to justify the fact that you're being a whore who sells her body to men, all because women don't want to eat your booty or put something in your booty. The world we live in today is nuts. I hope y'all can hear my audio better, because I've been having situations with this audio. I'm still working on it. So I'm trying to drop as much as I can until it mess up again. But yeah, that's the situation. That's the world that we live in, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, y'all have a safe one out there.